Hello there, I'm here today with my Homelite pressure washer, rated at 2700 psi, 2.3 gallons per minute. Comes with the overhead cam GCV 160 Honda engine. First off, I'm going to touch base a little bit on the maintenance for the engine, and then we'll go over some tips or suggestions for your high pressure line and your pump for maintenance. Plugs on the front of this one. Typically I haven't had to replace it, but once a year. Didn't really go by what the manufacturer suggested on replacing it. It's normally burned pretty clean. I do use the NGK brand plug. I find that they just tend to be a better performing plug on most small engine equipment. Also, we'll step over here, go to the engine oil side here. Mine actually drains from the top side here. That's the dipstick. The manufacturer recommends changing the oil every 25 hours if it's under a heavy load and or high temperatures. If that doesn't apply, then they recommend every 50 hours. I generally like to change my oil a little more often than necessary, just because I do use mine a lot, and no more oil than it holds. It's just, I guess, cheap insurance, so to speak. And I do run 10W30 oil in my unit based on the area where I live and the temperatures, and definitely during the cold season 1030 is ideal for me. So let's step to the back and we'll go over some things about the pump and things of that nature. I should have moved these hoses out of the way a little bit better. Down here you'll have your water hookup here. Typically the only issue you may have here is your O-ring just stop sealing and it'll just start dripping water. No major problem there. You just replace the O-ring. Fairly straightforward. And as for the high pressure hookup here, there's not really too much you have to do to that. It's more on the actual hose here with the O-rings that you have to keep lubricated. But the next step here is on my unit. I purchased this PowerCare. It's a pressure washer pump protector. All you simply do is take the black cap that it comes with off, and you'll screw it onto the water inlet side, and you'll remove your high pressure line. You'll do 2 to 3 squeezes of this product into the pump, and then with the engine switch off, you just pull the crank, and all it does is just lubricate, makes the pump circle or lubricate the pump protector. I'll normally do another 2 rounds of this to where it's 2 to 3 squeezes of this, and then pull the cord 2 to 3 times, and all that does is just make sure that it's circulated that seal protector in the pump. You don't have to let this seal protector drain out. You can just reattach your high pressure line and you're done. Next step is on your let me get it clear here, your high pressure line seals here. What I do is I actually apply a white lithium grease, which I will show you the version I use, and I'll put that coating around the O-rings, and that just ensures that they don't, over time, they'll dry out and crack and or break. I've had that happen. And basically everywhere you have a actual physical hookup, as you can see, this is the union that most people use if you have more than say two hoses or 3, as I do. And then I'll slide over here, flip the lid on. This is the product that I use. I purchased this on eBay. For some reason you cannot find white lithium grease in any auto stores anymore. Don't know why that is, but I purchased this on eBay. You do not necessarily have to use this. You could also use like clear colored wheel bearing grease. This is for automotive use, which would probably do the same job. Obviously it's just white in color, and it is a all temperature grease, and it has tons of uses aside from just lubricating O-rings for pressure washer high pressure lines. I would also suggest that you get yourself a O-ring kit. They're sold just about everywhere pressure washers are sold, whether it's Tractor Supply, Home Depot, Lowe's, even some Walmarts that sell pressure washers have these kits, and they're normally about $5, $6. It's just a good thing to have them on hand so that if you do have suddenly like a loss of pressure or something, and it's clearly just where O-ring has failed inside one of the connectors, it's like a 5-minute fix, and you have the kit, and it's inexpensive. I will say that on the pump protector here, for my unit specifically, this is like $9 at Home Depot. Depending on your unit, it may suggest a particular brand or something. I don't really honestly know that that makes any difference. I guess you could just read the specifications based on what the manual that your unit came with suggests using. Other than that, when you do your pump protector service, that is also on my unit, they specify that you should use the pump protector after each use. I don't go by that. Normally I'll use the pump protector normally after several uses, and it's relatively simple. You just hook it up and disconnect your high pressure line, couple squeezes on the bottle, engine switch off, pull your cord, and you're done. It's real simple. And other than that, you have the also you want to make sure that you disconnect your high pressure line at your wand, and make sure you lubricate the seals at that as well. And I guess last but least, you also have your air filter, which I haven't had to replace mine, and this unit I purchased in 2013, and I have kept it indoors, and I keep it clean, and I do the maintenance on it a lot, and it's just so that I don't have issues with it. And other than that, you have typically your quick release here will get a little sticky or hard to pull back. Normally I'll just have a tip removed, and then I'll brake clean the end off, and then I'll use some liquid wrench or PB Blaster, any type of lubricant on that, and it just makes that sleeve go back and forth a lot easier when you're switching tips based on whatever project or job you have going on. Other than that, I don't really know of any other things that I may have potentially left off, other than I do run 93 octane fuel in all my units, and ironically it does have ethanol in it, 10%, so I do run normally in all of my equipment. The primary gas cans do have either Seafoam or another product called Startron, both of which you can purchase at Walmart because it is the cheapest there, which will help counteract the problems from the ethanol that is very hostile to the small engines and weed eaters and riding tractors, etc. And other than that, just thought I would share this information. I'm not sure if there's a lot of information about this out there, but I felt like since I do this so routinely, I would share some of the things that I do. And if you have any questions in regard to this, I will do my best to try and answer that. Other than that, I guess happy pressure washing, and thanks for viewing my page.